happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to Friday Night Movie Night on the Basement Show with Mr. Nast. I am Mr. Nast. Joining us tonight is Miss Andrea, or aka Academy Award. I didn't see that till now.
I have to have a nickname to fit our theme of the show all the time.
It's all good. Good evening, Curtis. Thank you for popping in. Nice to see you. So tonight I will present this. We won't start it right away, but me and Andrew compiled a list of our top 5 actors and actresses. So we are gonna present a slide. You'll see who it is, and then we're gonna say movies that we liked the person in and didn't like them in. So if people in the chat have opinions, we encourage you chiming in. If you have a different type of favorite actor or actresses that we didn't mention, you can also feel free to add that to the list. But this is supposed to be a very interactive discussion, and we hope everybody will take part in it.
Good evening, Curtis. Happy to have you.
So, yeah, I mean, is there anything else that I forgot that you would like to add?
No, I look forward to hearing everybody's intake on who we picked. I'm interested to see if we get any suggestions when we near the end on who they want to see us discuss.
Fair enough. Gina says, we have opinions. Yes, Gina, we welcome opinions here at every show we do. So, good evening, Ron. Thank you for popping in tonight. I am super stoked for our Super Bowl show on Monday. I have been promoting the heck out of it. I've been trying to fill the gaps. It's going to be a very crazy but fun 3-hour show. All about Super Bowl 57. So, I hope everyone is ready for that. Because I put a lot of work into it, and I know Lon's going to do the same, so it's going to be a very good show.
Sorry, my brother's calling me. Let me tell him that I'm busy.
It's all good. So, whenever you want me to slide over to the first slide, let me know. Because number 1 on the list is your favorite actor, so.
All right, we are ready. Sorry, my brother wanted to know if he can bring his little boy by to see the kids, and I'm like, I guess, but yeah, we have plans tomorrow, so we're not going to be home.
Gotcha. It's all good.
But yeah, John pretty much covered everything. It's going to be a fun show. I'm really excited. We each picked 5 each, making it 10, but you'll notice in like our top 10, it's actually 9 because John and I shared a favorite. And then we have some honorable mentions, and then we want to know in the comments who do you guys want us to talk about. If we missed any of your favorites, let us know. We don't want to do a super long show, but as long as the comments are rolling and the viewers are viewing, then we're just going to keep rolling.
Amen to that. So I will slide over to slide number 1, and Andrew can tell you all about Mr. Jack Black.
Yeah, so he's my absolute favorite. I joke and tell everybody, like, if I wasn't married to my husband, I'd be married to Jack Black. He's just fantastic. He's a phenomenal human being. He's hilarious as an actor, and he's been in some really great movies. He's also a really good voice actor. Some of my favorite movies. Sorry.
That's right.
Some of my favorite movies of his were animated movies where he was just a voice actor in. So I love that he's just so diverse in what he does.
Now, what's the one that sticks out to you the most, though?
When I think of Jack Black, my most one is Kung Fu Panda as the voice of Ho. I will be honest, I recently just watched Tenacious D. So that's not how I know Jack Black. I didn't even know he was in a band, and now that I do, I'm obsessed. But no, when I think of Jack Black, I think of Kung Fu Panda.
Okay, now if there's one movie that you wouldn't like him in, what would you say?
I don't know that there was one on here that I have seen that I didn't like him in.
Okay, I mean, I'm going to throw one at you that you probably might have seen, you might not have seen. He was a burnout in the movie, but the movie Orange County will always be one of my favorite Jack Black movies because he is hysterical in it.
Yeah.
He plays the older brother. He's a complete burnout, but it's just hysterical.
Yep, that's one I've noticed. There, and you'll notice that tonight with a lot of these choices. I haven't seen a lot of them.
We got second one with Doc saying Shower Hell, which is a good one.
Okay, I actually, that was one I did not like him in. I wasn't, I don't know. I didn't like, I mean, the storyline was really, really good. I just wasn't the biggest fan of that movie.
Okay. I mean, as much as people would probably hate me for this one, I really didn't like him in the new Jumanji movies. I wasn't a fan of the new ones. I'd be stick with the original with like Robin Williams and stuff because like Jack Black's characters in the new Jumanji movies are just weird. I get what they're trying to do with it, but it wasn't really my cup of tea.
I can see that. I really can.
So
I mean, I like them, but I can see from somebody else's view of why you wouldn't like them. And I mean, comparing like Robin Williams' version of Jumanji to the new ones, I definitely can see it.
But another one that I wasn't really a fan of was the Goosebumps movie. He plays R.L. Stein. He's supposed to be that inspiring writer. Sure, he had a good a good part in it, but I don't think he lived up to the expectations of it.
That's fair.
So,
I see your points there. I mean, I liked it just because I really like Jack Black. But I mean, definitely, like that is completely fair.
Doc says Tropical Thunder. Wait, was he in that? Maybe not. I mean, I'm not sure off the top of my head. I don't know if you have a list of Jack movies in front of you.
I do. I have the IMDb. I want to say, yeah, he was uncredited in Tropic Thunder.
So, a role, but he wasn't really mentioned in it. So, his absolute best was High Fidelity. I don't think I've seen that.
I haven't seen that one, Ron, but now I'm going to have to.
Well, we can both agree that he was awesome in School of Rock.
Oh, School of Rock and Nacho Libre.
Yeah. School of Rock's one I could watch a couple times back in the day per day. So him just as a burnout teacher was hysterical, but that's another really good one. So there's a lot of movies that you can say that he was good in, but then that list gets smaller of movies that you can't find one that you don't like him in. So School of Rock is the first one I think of. Yeah, I mean, Gina's right. A lot of people reference him to School of Rock because he had some other movies in his time, but he really took off once School of Rock hit.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there anyone else that has anything else to say to this one? If not, I'll slide over to my favorite, which no one will be too surprised because I quote him a lot. But so my number one, I'm going to slide it over, is Jim Carrey. I mean, what more can you say about Jim Carrey but the crazy run he had in the 90s? Between Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, Liar Liar, like Jim Carrey in the mid-90s was acting. And Morgan actually just made a post on her Facebook about getting her tongue stuck to a pole. I instantly thought of Dumb and Dumber and Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey. But my all-time favorite Jim Carrey movie has to be Ace Ventura.
I love Ace Ventura.
I used to go around and quote that nonstop.
Einhorn is Finkel.
It was just bizarre. I mean, it made me like both the Eagles and Dolphins that much more because now they're my two favorite NFL teams based off that movie, Ace Ventura. The second one, with Nature Calls, was okay. The original Ace Ventura by far was my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And now to say one I didn't really like him in, I'm going to get a lot of heat from it, is Man on the Moon. I know it's a true story based off Andy Kaufman, and he plays Andy Kaufman in A Man on the Moon. I just wasn't sold on it. There's a lot of people that will probably hate me for that because it's based off a true story, but that's my opinion. So, Curtis says my favorite movie of Jim Carrey is The Mask and Dumb and Dumber. The Mask is a very close second. And then obviously you got Dumb and Dumber in the top three. And then The Truman Show is another very good movie. Yeah, I knew it. I knew Ron would give me a what in it.
My favorite one I think of Jim Carrey, besides Liar Liar, because that one like childhood memories. I really liked him in um, in Sonic, and I know a lot of people don't like him in Sonic, but I thought he was a really good villain.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have said that he helped put the Sonic movies over the top. So
And I haven't seen the one that you said you didn't really enjoy him in. Um, I don't know that I enjoyed Yes Man. Um, I just felt it was fake. Like I didn't get like his true personality out of that film.
no, that makes sense. Kevin's saying the one that where he plays God. You're talking Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty, that was
Bru-
good.
Bruce Almighty with Jennifer Aniston was a funny movie. I will say that. Yeah, I'm getting the Willie Johns in the chat because apparently he was nominated for an Academy Award for Man on the Moon. I just don't know. It just didn't stick with me as like one of his better movies. I mean, it's a great movie. It's a true story, but Jim Carrey's character in it, we're famous. It's just a bizarre character. So
And I know this one, a lot of people don't really enjoy was Jim Carrey as the Grinch. I liked his Grinch. I really did. I thought he portrayed the character phenomenal, like comparing this like the book story. But a lot of people prefer Benedict Cumberbatch's Grinch.
mm-hmm. And like, another one that people also tend to not like is Ebenezer Scrooge when he did the Christmas Carol. I thought that was a pretty good animated cartoon one that he did. So
That one, I can see why people didn't like it. It was a little bit on like the darker side, I guess.
yeah,
And it was weird. Like I remember when it first came out and I watched it and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of weird."
when it first came out, I took my niece for her birthday. Believe it or not.
But he was still a great Scrooge.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree with that. Gina says she hasn't seen Bruce Almighty. I would recommend you checking it out, Gina. You would like it. Earth Girls. Never heard of that one before. And then Ron and Gina both agree that they love him as the Grinch. And then creepy animation. So I guess that would fall under for A Christmas Story.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, our next one on the list, like Andrea said, we shared one, and this is a tough one to talk about, but we're going to anyway. The next one on the list is Mr. Robin Williams.
The last movie that I remember him being in was The Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb. And I actually saw that on premiere night, and I was pregnant with Eli. And I just remember I was crying by the end of the movie, and I went with my aunt and her family, and they're like, "Well, why are you crying?" And I was like, "Oh, it's just hormones." And they go, "Are you crying because that was Robin Williams' last movie?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's the real reason. But like, if anybody asks, it's hormones." But
Sorry.
but oh no, you're fine. I was gonna say like Robin Williams. Whenever I hear of Robin Williams, the first thing that pops into my mind is the genie,
Yes.
Aladdin, and Genie.
That was definitely a really good role of his. There's so many good roles he did. I mean, I always think of Dead Poet Society, right off the top of my head. Patch Adams. I watched that recently. Like I said, Jumanji.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. Gina says Good Will Hunting. That's an awesome movie as well.
I've been meaning to watch Patch Adams.
Patch Adams is a very, very good movie. He plays a med student that opens his own practice. It's really good. I won't ruin it all for you, but it's a very solid movie that he did back in the day.
Oh, I did find one that I didn't like. I finally found one. It took all night, John. But I wasn't a fan of RV.
I can see that. RV was a bit cheesy. He plays a deranged father kidnapping his family to go cross country for a job interview. I mean, I could definitely see why people wouldn't like that. Cause now I don't know if it was his fault that movie was bad or the supporting cast,
I
but
think it was supporting cast more than anything.
yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. I told Andrew before we started my non-favorite movie of Robin Williams. I'm sorry to say it was
Oh my gosh, Ron, yes. Popeye. Oh, I forgot that he was in that.
yes, that was an older movie, yes, but I didn't like him in the movie Flubber. And Andrew was kind of shocked when I say that. Just
I really, he said, like, he goes, you're not gonna believe what movie I don't like. And when he said Flubber, I was like, you didn't like Flubber? Like, who does not like Flubber? But
again,
it's okay. This is why we do these type of shows. I like to get the the feedback, and it's kind of fun to see. Well, me and John don't share the same difference, and we're still able to be like respectful to each other and talk about like why I liked it and then why you don't like it.
yeah, it's just I got another really John in the chat. It's just again, it's so hard to pick one movie you don't like of them, but like all his movies are great. It's just Flubber wasn't a top of my list.
I think I liked it because there's like no real movie like it. Um, it was unique and fun and just like it had everything. You have a professor and he's trying to help figure out how we can make the basketball team win games, and then they discover Flubber.
But just like Airbud back in the day, does a dog, someone special make a team really win? Like, come on. Like the movie Space Jam, they have the magic quoted by MJ. Like, you gotta make it a little bit more believable from my aspect. But Robin Williams, hands down, is a classic actor. To this day, you can go back and watch any Robin Williams movies and enjoy it.
100%.
So,
I mean, like I haven't seen a lot of his like older stuff, but like just again looking at the list, there's not a lot that I don't like, if hardly anything.
yeah. Well, I had told Andrew before we started also, if you have never seen it, go back and watch the movie called Awakenings. It is Robin Williams and Robert De Niro. It came out in the late 80s, early 90s. Again, Robin Williams plays a doctor. But Awakenings is a great movie and it's based off a true story. So, if you haven't seen it, I would recommend you seeing it at least once. And then his always fun, controversial movie is Good Morning Vietnam. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's another very good old classic Robin Williams movie that came out in 1987 about the Vietnam conflict and all that stuff. So Gina says Awakening is an amazing movie. Yes, 100% agree with Gina. So add those two movies to your list. If you haven't seen them, check them out. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Uh, Andrew's next one on the list. This was a late edition. Her favorite actress is Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, I went back and forth at the last minute on who was actually my favorite actress, and then I'm like, no, it's got to be Sandra Bullock. Um, she's just phenomenal in everything she does. Again, she's one I have seen a handful of movies on. I haven't seen a lot of her earlier stuff. Um, she was really big more in the early 2000s. You got Miss Congeniality, The Blind Side. Um, I liked her in her new one, The Lost City. I loved her in that. I haven't seen Bird Box, so I don't know.
Bird Box.
Yeah,
That one's news to me. I never heard of that one.
that's the one. I want to say she's like blindfolded or something on a boat or on a. Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
I haven't seen it, so, and I've really not heard much about it. I
No.
know it was big on like when the pandemic started because it came out in 2018 about that time.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to name a couple movies that she was in, Gina just read my mind. The Net is a very good one. She plays a computer software technician trying to clear a name. The Net's a good movie. The original Speed with her and Keanu Reeves.
The original Speed, yes.
She admitted that she hated doing Speed 2, and I'm 100% with her. Speed 2 compared to the first one sucked. Don't watch it.
I think that's the I have seen it. I think that's the only like movie that I have seen that I did not like her
And
like at all.
yeah, and she even came out and said years later it was the worst movie she's ever been a part in. But like, I like that, and the one that I think is the funniest ever is The Proposal.
That one is so funny with Betty White.
Betty White, Ryan Reynolds.
Reynolds.
Then I forget. I always forget the dad's name in that movie, but he's classic too.
That was just a great cast.
Oh yeah, hands down. But like the Net's good, like you said, Miss Congeniality 1 and 2 are good. I mean, again, there's not really that many movies you can pick of hers that you don't like, besides for Speed 2.
And if you haven't seen Lost City yet, I recommend it. It's hilarious.
I have a laundry list of movies I gotta watch, so I am slacking big time. I will admit that. But alright, so if anyone else has anything that they would like to add to Miss Bullock, if not, I will slide it over to my next one, who is my favorite and my childhood crush. I will admit, she was good in Demolition Man. Yes, that's another classic Sandra Bullock movie. That was an old Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes movie. She has a cameo in it. So that's another very good title, Curtis. Yes, I forgot Demolition Man. Something Huxley. I forget her first name, but you're probably looking at the list and you're probably going to say all that. But, alright, my childhood crush, I'm going to drool for a couple minutes, pardon with me, is Miss Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I'm going to say this now. Looking at her list, I don't know anything she's in but Garfield.
Oh, no.
So this is all you. You talk about Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Alright, well, every teenage crush who loved Jennifer Love Hewitt back in the day would refer to the movie Can't Hardly Wait. She plays a character named Amanda Beckett. It's a high school movie. They basically just graduated high school. It's like supposed to be the night of graduation. They have a big party. Ethan Embry plays Preston Myers. So, like, you can just see how old this movie really is. I think it came out in 98, 99. And, like, she was a bombshell back then. I'm sorry. I'm going to drool, like I said. But, like, there's so many movies that she did growing up that I just fell in love with. Can't Hardly Wait. She was a younger teenage one in a movie called House Arrest. I think that came out in 95, 96. I mean, the thing off the top of my head, I'm not trying to look at a list, but, like, she's beautiful in all her movies. Now, if I had to pick one movie I didn't like her in, she co-starred with Jackie Chan. It was called The Tuxedo. She plays, like, a very uptight and stuff like that, so... But,
Sorry for the kids.
hi, everybody.
It looks like though, as of like the late, like 2013-ish, she stopped doing movies and went to just TV shows.
Yes. I forget the one TV show she was in. She plays like almost like a ghost whisperer. So, I know. I think that might be it. Criminal Minds. What Gina said in the chat. That sounds awfully familiar. But like she plays like a psychic almost. What was that name of that? Oh god, now I gotta look.
So she's known for 911, Criminal Minds, and The Client List. Like those are her top 3 TV series.
It might have been Criminal Minds, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check. I will put a post later, but I think it was Criminal Minds that I'm thinking of, so. No, that is there a ghost whisperer on that site?
Oh, there is. It's just at the bottom.
Okay, so
2005 to 2010.
yes, so that's the TV show that I would say really promoted her getting on TV was Ghost Whisperer. She plays like a medium in the show,
Hmm.
so it was a very good television series. I forget what channel it was on, but yeah, she. But my favorite would have to be Can't Hardly Wait. If you haven't watched it, it's a very cheesy old high school movie, but it's very funny and it has an all-star cast to it. So don't watch it with kids though. Fair warning. But then Andrea's second on the list is Meryl Streep.
She's just amazing. Mamma Mia is the first movie that comes to my mind whenever I hear Meryl Streep. I really, really, really liked her in the first one. She was decent in the second one, but the first one is like that's where I first like really enjoyed Meryl Streep. I also liked her in The Devil Wears Prada.
She was also the mother in the movie Carrie, wasn't she? The original? No, never mind. I'm thinking somebody else. I thought she did Carrie back in the day.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Okay. I know Julian Who did the mother in the remake. But I've never really seen a Meryl Streep movie to give my take. Death Becomes Her. Does that look familiar?
Sorry, I have to look. Yep, that Death Becomes Her in 92. I liked her in Julie and Julia. That was a really good one as well. That's an underrated movie right there.
Mm-hmm.
The River Wild. Yes, that was a good one too, Curtis.
I don't think I've seen many Meryl Streep movies, so I can't comment. Good evening, Gary. Thanks for popping in tonight, buddy.
Hi, Gary. Yeah, I really don't know that there was one that I wasn't too fond of with her in it. Again, I only recognize her from a few of the 90 movies, but anything before that I've never heard of.
I mean, Mamma Mia is the only one I know from, so. And I haven't watched the whole thing, so.
It's good. I think I really like it because I got to go see it on Broadway, and it helped me appreciate it a lot more.
I think that was what my cousin Kelsey did. If my cousin Kelsey was here, she'd probably say the same thing. A lot of movies that were on Broadway inspired them to watch the real movie, and they made it enjoy it that much more. So that makes sense. All right. My next one on the list is another crush, Julia Stiles. You can't go wrong with Julia Stiles. 10 Things I Hate About You, Save the Last Dance. She had a role in a movie called O back in the day. It's just like there's so many good movies that I could go on and on about that she was beautiful in. She's a beautiful human being. The only one I didn't really like her in, now I'm drawing a blank. I remember looking at the list and I forget. Oh God, what was the one movie I didn't like her in? I gotta look. Like you have all these movies in your head, and you come to the show and you're like, oh crap, I drew a blank.
I liked her in the Bourne series.
The Bourne series, she was good, yeah. Julia Stiles, here we go. Let me see. Definitely liked her in Save the Last Dance. Let's see. There was one that I remember seeing that I didn't like her in. What was it? I gotta look on. Oh, she was good in Save the Last Dance was one of my favorite. 10 Things I Hate About You.
Have I seen Save the Last Dance?
Huh?
So have I seen this? It looks
Save,
familiar.
Save the Last Dance is a classic one of her movies. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend that one too.
It looks familiar. Like the movie poster looks familiar.
Oh, what?
Sorry, guys. I promise we were prepared.
Yeah, well, like I said, sometimes like you have movies that like you think that you know off the top of your head,
and then it just leaves you.
Yep.
And it doesn't help. It's Friday. It's the end of the work week, at least for me. So I'm tired.
I just started mine, so.
Yeah, looking at IMDb, I think I only know her from the Bourne series, and then Save the Last Dance. Like I said, the movie poster looks familiar.
So wait, you're telling me you've never seen 10 Things I Hate About You?
Mm-mm. I saw the TV series that they made that didn't last very long.
Andrea, that's a classic movie.
Gina, I feel that too, because like I was looking and I'm like, there's got to be more than just this.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, you have to watch 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah, I seen the TV series that they tried to do, and I really liked it.
The movie's 10 times better. It's her, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Heath Ledger, Larry Miller. The movie has an all-star cast, and it's based off a Shakespeare play called The Shrew. So please watch it.
Okay, I'll watch it. Where's it streaming on?
If not, I will send you the Blu-ray movie myself, and then you can send it back.
Oh, it's on Disney Plus, really?
There you go. You found it already.
Okay, I'll watch it.
And then I expect a full report next week. Just kidding.
I'll watch it probably tonight before bed if I can stay up.
It's definitely worth the watch.
All right, let's move on.
Will Smith.
I love Will Smith. I mainly appreciate Will Smith for The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's where I grew up knowing him. And Men in Black. I was not a fan of iRobot. I'm not saying I didn't like him in it. I just was not a fan of the movie.
Fair enough.
I liked Hitch. That was really good. The Pursuit of Happiness was really good. I also didn't like Hancock. Did not like that movie.
I Am Legend's the one that I didn't like the most.
I didn't like that one either.
Gina says Independence Day, Bad Boys 1 and 2.
Independence Day, yes. I remember watching that with my dad a lot when I was younger. And it was a phenomenal movie.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, trying to think what else. Will Smith has, like you said, a lot of good roles. Another one that I really couldn't see myself watching over and over was Wild Wild West.
You say that, and I can picture the poster, but I don't remember.
Yeah, even Ron says it. He's down here laughing. Like, Wild Wild West had potential to be a great movie, but it was very cheesy as well.
Who else was in that? Why can't I find it on his? Kevin Kline.
Kevin Kline. I was gonna say it took a second, but yes, Kevin Kline is his co-star in that movie.
Yeah, that one I remember. I have seen it now that I'm watching the trailer for it. I see that.
It was very cheesy.
Yeah.
Kenneth Branagh with Dr. Lovelace. So I mean, like I said, the movie had potential, but just how the acting and the storyline was, it was absolutely atrocious.
Yeah.
But my favorite movie of Will Smith would have to be Hitch.
Hitch was so good. And I feel like it's such an underrated movie.
It is, because a lot of people don't. Academy Award winner. There you go. I don't know if you saw that. So
Have you seen the live action Aladdin?
I have not.
I was gonna say there's a lot of people who don't give him the credit for Genie because they much preferred Robin Williams' Genie.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't compare him to Robin Williams, I think he did a fantastic job.
I have heard that. So again, I have a laundry list of movies I gotta watch. I still haven't watched Top Gun 2 yet. And that's my number one.
And I have. I've seen it twice now.
Well, I have a bunch of movies back here I got to go through still.
Hey, Zach. Thanks for joining.
What's up, Zach? Welcome in, sir. Must watch Top Gun 2. I know I've been saying I'm going to watch it. I've been busy. I just went back to work after 8 days off today. Had stuff around my house to take care of. Trying to get ready for my show on Monday. That's going to be mind-blowing. So, pardon me. Yes. I don't know if Andrea knows this or not. I'm going to pull it up. Will Smith turned down the role of Neo.
And I'm glad he did.
Now, I had asked this a couple weeks ago when Ron brought it up. Imagine him as Neo. Does the Matrix series have that much success still or no? I don't think it does.
No. I think Keanu Reeves brought his own personalities to the movies that helped him have the success that it had.
I agree.
Another movie that I missed or didn't see. I really liked him in King Richard. That's one of his newer ones where they did I want to say it was based on a true story of Venus and Serena Williams growing up, and he played their dad.
I heard that. I have not yet to see it, but I have heard about that.
I liked it.
So
I feel like he plays emotional characters really well.
I mean, yeah, you can definitely see that with like a pursuit of happiness and stuff like that. So. I'm trying to set my phone up and I keep dropping it. Alright, so my next one on my list is Chevy Chase. If you've seen a lot of 80s movies, early 90s movies, you know exactly where Chevy Chase comes into play. And this picture right here sums up my favorite movie of him in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. He's very deranged, he's out of control, but he's hysterical in that movie.
Can I make a confession?
Sure.
I haven't seen it all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces here and there of that movie.
How far have you seen?
I seen a part where he got the bonus check in the mail.
No, so you've basically seen the whole movie.
That's about it.
Wait. That's the only scene of the movie you've seen?
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces, but like that's the part that like sticks with me because I'm like, oh.
Like that movie just has so many quotable scenes to it. Even if you take Chevy Chase out of it, Randy Quaid plays cousin Eddie, and he's standing in the front yard, and his boxers in a robe, pumping out a septic tank, and that's where the shitter's pool comes from. Like top 5 easy best Christmas movies of all time.
I will sit down and I will watch it all the way through one day.
Be prepared to laugh, especially if you haven't watched it all the way through. And then the one that people didn't, well, I don't know how people feel about it. The one that I really didn't care for that much, he plays a farmer, Andy Farmer, in a movie called Funny Farm. It came out a couple years after Christmas Vacation. It was late 80s, I think. It was a decent movie, but again, it wasn't one of my favorite roles of him in it. A lot of people didn't like the later National Lampoon movies. I thought they were decent. He plays in the movie Caddyshack. He's hysterical in that. The early 90s, he plays in a movie called Nothing But Trouble with Dan Aykroyd, John Candy, Demi Moore, all-star cast. A great movie. I watched it a lot as a kid. So, again, these are so hard to pick movies that you don't like someone in because they're all known for a lot of good roles.
Right. See, and I know the actor, but I don't know a lot of his filmography.
Well,
he's one of those. I think it's just because he didn't do that very many like big name roles after the like late 90s.
No, he's definitely older, but if you like the older school movies from like the early 90s, like before, he's well known. I think the last one he was really well known for would probably be Vegas Vacation. And it's like the Griswold family goes to Las Vegas. And then, but other than that, like the one role that people would think would be, what's the one I'm thinking of? Hot Tub Time Machine. Yeah, he has a cameo in that. So.
Yeah, I was thinking Three Amigos. That sounds familiar.
I just saw the PC that you were saying, so.
All right, so those were our top 5. And as I mentioned before, it really ended up being 9 because we shared Robin Williams. But now we set up for 6 more, but we're only 45 minutes into the show. Please start sending out those suggestions for us to talk about.
But, well, I'm going to try this next one over for honorable mentions. But, yeah, like Andrea said, if people in the chat have favorites, please feel free to add them. I mean, I'm sure there's people we haven't mentioned that people like. So, please let us know. But here is a list of honorable mentions. I mean, I don't know what.
Well, let's start at the top row and then go bottom row.
Okay.
And we'll just go, Morgan Freeman to Drew Barrymore and then Denzel to Reese.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Morgan Freeman. What is there not to like about this man?
Yeah. I mean,
he's just got the perfect voice for anything. Whether he plays a narrator, whether he plays a supporting actor, the main character, he's just got the voice.
In more than one way, yeah. And you can still get a Morgan Freeman voiceover anytime you want. So.
Shawshank Redemption, 100% Gina.
That's probably my favorite movie with him in it. Shawshank. He plays God and Bruce and Evan Almighty. Driving
Lucius Fox in The Dark Knight.
Yep. Driving Miss Daisy, he's also in. I mean, you really can't knock him for anything. The only one that I would say was a bad role he was in, not his fault. I would say it's more of the producer and the cast. Summer of All Fears. It was supposed to be like a biohazard movie. It just wasn't. I watched it in theaters when I was like 14, 15, and it wasn't the best. But I wouldn't blame Morgan Freeman. I'd say it was more of a director cast type aspect. Because, like you said, Morgan Freeman is probably one of the top 5 actors of our generation. Once he passes, he's in his 70s. Once he passes, there will never be another Morgan Freeman. So that's a good one. Yep.
Sorry, I'm sending suggestions. Morgan Freeman, He's just so perfect in every single way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to disagree. Jake Gyllenhaal and Kate Batcher. There's two names for you.
There we go.
What's up, Vinny? Thanks for popping in tonight. Vinny's over on YouTube.
Thanks for joining in, Vinny. Okay, Brad Pitt. The latest movie I saw him in was Bullet Train. And that was fun.
Haven't seen that one yet.
There is one I did not like him in, and I've got to find the name of it because it's been so long that I don't remember what it was, but it was the stupidest movie I have ever seen.
Well, let's see. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Woo is Z, Interview with the Vampire back in the day.
All good.
Woo Z was a little cheesy. Like I said, a slight bit. What else was he in?
Sorry, it's going to take me a second to find this movie.
Moneyball. Brad is okay, a little overrated, Gina says.
I respect that, Gina.
So, hated Benjamin Bratt. So, Curtis says he likes Moneyball, and Ron said he hated Benjamin Bratt. Two, okay movies by him, but,
Okay, I found it.
Go ahead, let me hear it.
Killing Them Softly. Hated that movie.
That sounds familiar. Killing Them Softly.
Jackie Cogan is an enforcer hired to restore order after 3 dumb guys rob a mob-protected card game, causing the local criminal economy to collapse.
Interesting.
Hated that movie.
Now, we were talking about movies. Does it have a CineScore rating to it? Or?
IMDb's rating is 6.2 out of 10, which is too high, in my opinion.
Gene said did like him in 7. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of Brad Pitt movies I haven't seen. I've seen some of his older ones, but
that's me too. I do like him. At least what I've seen, I've liked him in.
No.
Benjamin Bratt. What is that? Have I seen that? I liked him in Ocean's 11. That was
haven't seen that yet. 12 Monkeys. I haven't heard of that one yet. I feel like I'm behind on my Brad Pitt movies. That's okay. I mean, it makes for a good discussion when we have other people who can give us different suggestions and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I really liked him in Bullet Train. I know I mentioned it earlier, and you haven't seen it yet, but I highly suggest that you take the time to watch it. I think you'll like it.
We had mentioned that last week, and I kind of got confused with the movie Money Train, and people said, nope, different.
Yeah, this is a newer movie.
So, Brad Pitt, let's see, I'm going to pull up his list on my own. So, I know people like him in Fight Club with Edward Norton.
Haven't seen it.
I haven't either. But
so, therefore, we can't talk about it.
What else do we got? Like I said, Interview with the Vampire was good.
That was good. I watched that for the first time a couple months ago.
You had mentioned Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, Mr. and Mrs. Smith with him and Angelina Jolie.
That was one of the first movies I actually watched with him in it.
Okay. I haven't watched this one all the way through, but I've heard a really good thing. The Departed. That was another good one, apparently. Time Traveler's Wife, I've been wanting to watch. Moneyball, like I said, was very good. World War Z. What else do we have? He was in the Lost City of Z, apparently. Deadpool 2, he has a cameo in. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I heard was a really good movie. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Irresistible, he was an executive producer. So if there's any I forgot, let me know.
Legends of the Fall was supposed to be good too. I haven't heard of that one.
Now, this one's interesting. I heard weird things about this one. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Inglorious Bastards.
My brother has seen it. I have not.
Okay. I didn't really. I saw the title and I wasn't really sold on it, so I didn't bother with it. But yeah, I would say probably my favorite would be Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Mm.
These Fight Club's a close second, though. And then Interview with the Vampire would be third. And then people would say it was a good one, but I thought it could have been a little bit better. Was World War Z.
I can see it. I mean, that was one I remember. I saw it in the theaters, and I didn't really understand it, so I watched it a second time, and then I had nightmares of zombies.
That makes sense. But Drew Barrymore. This is a good one to pick up with.
She hasn't been in a lot lately. I know she's doing her own talk show now. She's got the Drew Barrymore show, which she's done 286 episodes in just 3 years. Like, that's pretty fantastic.
Wow.
But when I think of Drew Barrymore, I think Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
51st Dates. Gina says Boys on the Side of 51st Dates. She has a line of kitchen stuff now too. Yeah, I seen that. When I went to the store, I saw her products rolling out.
I mean, first one I always think about with Drew Barrymore, obviously when she's a kid, as in the movie E.T.
I have never seen E.T. and I don't think I will ever see it.
What? Gina's right. Never Been Kissed is a good one.
No, I've never been kissed.
Never Been Kissed. What else was she in? Oh God, there was a movie that Charlie's Angels is a good one for sure. Firestarter. Why am I drawing a blank? Man, I gotta turn this on so I can multitask and do what you're doing.
She was in Scream.
Yes, Casey Beckett. No.
Yeah, Casey.
Okay. I know she was in the original Scream. I know that. So, let's see. We got Drew.
Blended. That one was okay. I liked her in Santa Clarita Diet. I know that's a show, but that was really good.
Let's see. Previous. Here we go. We said Scream. You know, you really can't say she was in the movie Scream that long. She dies in the opening scene. Home Fries was another good one back in the day. I bet you didn't know this one because I don't know if you ever watched it. Batman Forever. She has a cameo. She has a cameo in that movie too. She had a really small role in that. She didn't have any lines or nothing, but that was another one she was in. What else do we have?
Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
She was in that?
Mm-hmm.
How did I miss that one?
The Wedding Singer. Was that like a major role or just a...
The Wedding Singer was the first one that her and Adam Sandler ever did together.
They did a lot of movies together, didn't they?
Yeah, another one she did, now that I'm looking at this list, Fever Pitch. I don't know if you ever watched that one. It's her and Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, he's obsessed with the Boston Red Sox. It's about the Boston Red Sox back in when they won the World Series in 2004. So right after she did 51st Dates, like.
Okay.
But it was her and Jimmy Fallon in that one. That one was okay. That's the one I was thinking of. Back when she was with Tom Green, Freddie Got Fingered. That is a very bizarre, dark comedy movie. It's actually how her and Tom Green met. Because that's how when they got together for a while. Don't watch it. It's very dark and inappropriate comic relief. But I have watched that. I forgot she was in that one. Riding in Cars with Boys is another one that she was in. So yeah, again, late 90s, early 2000s is when her career really took off.
Mm-hmm.
So, voice of Oliver the Other Reindeer. Why did I miss that one? Unless that was just like a TV show. Maybe. I don't know. Who we got next? Mr. Denzel Washington.
I know who he is. Have I seen anything of his? No.
Wait, you've never seen a Denzel Washington movie?
No, like looking at the list, I'm like, I have not seen any of these, but I know who he is.
Wow. Okay, well. Let me pull up the list.
Okay, I actually have seen Remember the Titans. I missed that one.
I was gonna say, if you haven't seen Remember the Titans, we might have a little bit of beef.
No, when I played football, one of our bonding moments was when our coach made us sit down and watch Remember the Titans. And the reason he made us watch it is because I was the first girl to be on a football team in my entire state. So, they're like, watch this movie. It'll help you guys see, like, we're a team. Like, it doesn't matter if we're all different, whatever.
You see Gina's comment?
I put him on my husband.
I mean, like, Denzel and Morgan Freeman are two iconic actors, and so, like, there's so many movies that I've seen of Denzel. John Q is a very good movie. If you haven't seen that one, I recommend that one. One I personally like him in, Training Day, is another very good Denzel movie. It's called The Bone Collector. That came out in the late 90s. He plays like a forensic scientist police officer. And it actually has Angelina Jolie in it.
Quadriplegic ex-homicide detective and his partner try to track down a serial killer who is terrorizing New York City. That actually sounds pretty interesting.
You said it best. It's a very interesting movie. And it's him and Angelina Jolie. So, The Equalizer is another good Denzel movie. Philadelphia. He has a role as a lawyer with Tom Hanks in it. The Pelican movie. What else do we have? I'm trying to think. License to Kill was a TV movie back in the day. Bone Collector is definitely a must-watch. There you go. You'll hear it from Gina herself. What else do we have? Mr. Denzel. If you know anything about Malcolm X from back in high school, he does Malcolm X in the biography movie. Clemson Tide's a good one. I hear whispering.
Yeah, they should be going to bed.
It's all good. Out of Time is a good one. Okay, I see you. I want to say hi. Bye. Out of Time is a good one. Man on Fire is another good one. Deja Vu. Taking Up Helmet 1, 2, 3 he was good in. Unstoppable he plays with Chris Pine. That's a good movie.
Hmm.
Like there's a lot of these movies that I think you would enjoy. So a lot of them are good action movies.
I'm gonna have to look into one.
But definitely check out The Bone Collector too, please. So,
I will. That one sounds really good.
The Bone Collector.
Mm-hmm.
If you like a good, I would say like suspense thriller type movie, then The Bone Collector is definitely one to check out.
Okay.
Miss Kirsten Dunst. If I had a third girlfriend growing up, it would be Kirsten Dunst. Everybody knows her from Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 with Tobey Maguire. She plays Mary Jane Watson in those movies. She was also from Bring It On, a cheerleading movie.
I liked Bring It On.
She was in your Anchorman movies. What else do we have her in? Wimbledon, I could go without Mona Lisa Smile. She was pretty good in that. Crazy Beautiful. If you want to see a very twisted, bizarre Kirsten Dunst movie, Crazy Beautiful is top of the list. She was good in that. We already mentioned Bring It Down. She plays in the third Crow movie. Small Soldiers, back in the day.
Oh, that's a good one. That's like, that was, I remember that was when we tried to pass off as a kids movie, and my dad's like, no, it's not a kids movie.
I'd say teenage movie. I wouldn't say it was precisely a kids movie, but
Yeah, because it came out in 98, so I'd have been 7.
Yeah, I won't tell you how old I was in 98. 11. Sorry. Wow, she was in a music video. How do you like that? I didn't know that. That was actually one of me and my old girlfriend's songs. I Knew I Loved You. That's a good song.
Yeah.
Now I gotta go back and look for it. But yeah, Small Soldiers was I'd say more of a teenage movie than a kids movie. But and the only movie I didn't like her in. Oh god, 98 I was already divorced. Sorry, Gina, didn't mean to bring up a bad year. She's saying she was already divorced in 1998. But I think what really helped Kirsten Dunst get to where she was the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
Because she really hasn't done much since. Like,
No, she really has. I mean, like small roles here and there.
Yeah. Like some of these I've never even heard of, and like a bunch of TV series. Like it seems like when they can't make it big in the movie industry anymore, a lot of these actors and actresses are switching to TV shows.
I think that's. I wonder if that's like just them thinking, well, a lot more people are watching like Netflix and all that now, rather than go into a movie theater.
I would say it's more of the streaming aspect that has taken a lot away from the movie industry. Because I've driven by 3 movie theaters that I used to know in the area I'm in, and they're all closed down. I think the pandemic had a lot to do with it. So, but like another one that was doing movies for a while, now doing a TV series, Hilary Duff.
Yeah.
She was very big with like the whole Lizzie McGuire series. Then she jumped into a couple movies, but now she's on a Hulu special show, How I Met Your Father.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a spin-off of How I Met Your Mother, but now it's How I Met Your Father. I haven't seen any of it. I've heard mixed reviews about it, but she's another one that went from TV to movie to TV again.
Yeah.
She was another one of my favorites growing up. Cinderella Story, Lizzie McGuire movie, just to name a couple of them. I mean, her most well-known projects, but I don't think she was in much after that, honestly. I'm going to look.
Yeah, me and my friend were actually talking about her yesterday. because we were talking about how a lot of the Disney Nickelodeon actors and actresses aren't really doing much anymore. You don't really hear about a lot of them.
No. I mean, she had one episode of Amazing Hope. She was on one episode of Two and a Half Men. She got Hilary Duff got really into music too.
Yeah.
So after her acting career, she went into music for a while. But the last movie that I really could remember is the one with the perfect. It's called The Perfect Man. She plays a daughter in the movie. They're trying to find their mother, the perfect man, and stuff. So, but other than that, like I said, Cinderella Story and the Lizzie McGuire movie would be her two top movies. Besides for the supporting cast of Cheaper by the Dozen, and she only did the first one.
She did.
No, she was in the second one too. Apparently, whoops. I'm correcting myself as I speak. And then the worst movie ever, and we can hopefully both agree, Agent Cody Banks. With her and Frankie Muniz, it was horrible.
I liked the first one more than I liked the second one.
I didn't like the first one at all.
No.
Too predictable. The graphics behind it were absolutely horrible. It was just too cheesy. I mean, the CGI of that movie was absolutely atrocious. They tried too hard. But I could see why some people would like it, so... I mean, it just wasn't my cup of tea. Now, I don't know if you want to speak about Reese Witherspoon, since I know you were adamant about adding her to the list.
Yeah, Reese Witherspoon, Legally Blonde, Sweet Home Alabama. She was a voice actor in Sing and Sing 2. This Means War was a good one.
I'm trying to...
Little Nicky.
Wait, she was in Little Nicky?
Yeah, she played Holly.
Why did I never realize that?
Hi, Shannon.
Hey, Shannon. No, you're right. Little Nicky Holly. I gotta go back and watch that now. This one, there's a role that always cracks me up that she was in. She didn't really... You don't see her much in the movie, but American Psycho, she played Christian Bale's girlfriend. Evan Williams, and she was completely obnoxious in that movie to the point that you see her maybe 10 minutes the whole movie. So it's like not like she had a big cameo, but she was in that one. Cruel Intention was another one of my favorites. The original Cruel Intentions. I know they made 2 or 3 of them, but the original Cruel Intentions was a great movie. Again, a good suspense movie, teenage movie, young adult, and it had a good cast to it also. Sarah Michelle Gellar, Philip Felipe, what was his name? Ryan Felipe, Reese Witherspoon, Joshua Jackson plays a role in it, Sean Patrick Thomas. So that's another good like suspense type movie.
Yeah, Water for Elephants wasn't bad at all. I agree with you there, Gina. I liked her in Hot Pursuit. That one was funny.
Spider-Man and Bring It On. He's talking Kirsten Dunst.
You're behind the times, Ron. Just kidding.
I'm gonna call him out though. Reese Witherspoon, Ron. What else was she in?
Oh, she was in A Wrinkle in Time. That one was cute.
Oh well, I forgot she played the teenager in that movie, Freeway. That's an old. It doesn't look that old, but '96 to me is old nowadays. It's a good back and forth suspense movie with her and Keith Sutherland. So probably not your cup of tea. I watched it a couple times as a kid. So, and then let's see who else that we have. I think Gary said Sandra Bullock again. We had already covered her.
Oh yeah, I sent in our chat the suggestions that have been coming through.
Yeah. Okay.
And then some more that I thought of.
Well, I mean, the list that you sent, you can't go on with really anybody. I don't know where you would like to start with that, but
Let's start with George Clooney.
George Clooney's fine by me. Anthony Edwards, which we are going to talk about. George Clooney. I gotta see if I remember how to spell his name. No, not George. George Clooney. One movie I will tell you I didn't like of George Clooney. Batman.
See, I liked his Batman. I think I'm the only one who liked his Batman. But Batman and Robin is like my favorite of the Batmans.
All the Batmans back in the day, that one is your favorite?
I know, right?
Why?
Because it's Clooney.
If it wasn't for, okay, I would give you a pass because there was one worse Batman. Val Kilmer. But George Clooney is a close second. He plays a good Bruce Wayne, but his Batman aspect was horrible. I don't know if you would agree or disagree with that.
No, I agree. My favorite Clooney movie, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
One that came out recently. I gotta find it. What year it came out? There you go. 2015. So you're talking almost 8 years ago already. Tomorrowland.
That one was a good one. We saw that in the theaters when it came out.
I would love to see that in a movie theater. That was probably my favorite George Clooney movie. He plays a very good older Frank Walker. Obviously, he's the adult version of the kid, but like, it's just a great. What kind of movie would you classify that as? Action.
I was going to say more, yeah, action adventure. Probably more adventure than action.
But I just thought that was a great movie.
Yeah, we saw that. I remember when we went to see it, we knew nothing about it, and we just knew we wanted to go to the movies, and that was one that was playing, and I'm like, well, you can't go wrong with George Clooney.
No, I will agree with that. You can't go wrong with George Clooney.
I wasn't a fan of The Descendants.
It's been a while since I've seen that, so I can't really speak about that one. But
I want to see the Ticket to Paradise. I'm interested in that one.
What else do we have? That, and I don't know if you ever seen the movie A Perfect Storm.
I have seen that one.
Return of the Killer Tomatoes. Where is this one at? Return of the Killer Tomatoes. Wow, I'm not even seeing that on my. Oh, there it is. Return of the Killer Tomatoes. 1988, George Clooney. Okay then. I mean, I was only 1 year old probably when this movie came out, but.
Huh. All right. But yeah, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou is my favorite Clooney movie. It's hilarious.
John, I can barely hear you. I'm going to turn my volume up a little bit, see if that helps. So let me know, Sean, if that is better. If I'm too loud, I apologize. I don't know why people are saying they're having a hard time hearing me. I'm sitting right next to my mic, so.
Okay, next on Ryan Reynolds.
I'm guessing yes, it means it's better. So, oops. I can hear you perfectly fine. Thank you, Curtis. Who are we looking at now? Ryan Reynolds, you said?
Yeah. Anybody else have any suggestions? We have about 4 more that have been recommended to us. Feel free to shoot them out. We're only an hour and 15 minutes into the show.
Yeah, I mean,
Ryan Reynolds. Oh, that reminded me.
oh, there's a good one for you. Barbara Seistrand. Gary coming clutch with the Barbara Seistrand comment. That's a good one.
So Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool. He was a great Pikachu in Pokemon. I loved him in Free Guy. The Adam Project was amazing. Bullet Train again, but he, I think, was not a big, like, just a cameo type appearance. The Proposal, which we covered with Sandra Bullock.
R.I.P.D.
Yes, Rest in Peace Department.
Yep.
Love that one.
Him and Jeffrey Bridges.
Mm-hmm.
We both said that Green Lantern was one of his worst movies.
Yes.
But I give him credit. That's how he met his wife, Rick Lively. So.
And I don't know if that was his fault that it was terrible. I really think it was just the way that it was written.
That's possible. I mean, then another one that always cracked me up, still does to this day, 2 actually. Adventureland. He plays like the old guy who works at the amusement park, and then the movie Just Friends.
I have seen Just Friends.
Just Friends was a classic one. Him, Amy Smart, Anna Fawcett, Anna Faris, I should say. Sorry, not Anna Fawcett. Waiting was another good one. He plays Monty. Waiting, I would say, is a bizarre movie, but a funny one. What else do we have? Van Wilder. That's him and Tara Reid. That one was funny. He was in a TV movie called Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Interesting. Never knew that one. But yeah, I mean, Ryan Reynolds has more good movies than bad ones, I would say.
I agree.
TV show, 2 Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. I just saw that, Gina. He was in that from 1998 to 2001 and starred in 81 episodes, so he had a lead role in that. So I'll have to look that one up. He appeared on the TV show Scrubs for 1 episode. Howard and Kumar go to White Castle. So yeah, I mean, definitely a fair share of good ones. Did you ever see The Voices? I have not. I don't know if Andrea has or not.
I have not.
I guess I gotta add that to my laundry list too. I'm trying to see. Apparently he does a voice of an overweight guy on Family Guy? Okay. Fast and the Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. He has a role in that, then there's that. Interesting. I mean, this Bullet Train, I guess I have to add this to my list.
I think you'll really like it.
Because apparently he's uncredited in that movie too. Alright, who else we got?
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell, you can't go wrong with Mr. Will Ferrell. I mean, I know some people who don't like him. I personally think he is hilarious.
Ron Burgundy. Love him.
Crazy Ryan Reynolds movie. He plays a total psychopath. Ooh, sounds like my type of movie. Thank you for the recommendation, Miss Janet. I might have to check that one out.
Yeah, so Will Ferrell, Anchorman 2. He was in Get Hard. He was in the Lego Movie.
Did I spell his name wrong? I think I spelled his name wrong.
It's Ferrell.
I got it. I forgot an E. I'm sorry. What else do we have?
Step Brothers. Blades of Glory.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Elf. I love him in Elf.
Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby. What else do we have? He was in both Anchorman, The Campaign. I thought it was
I haven't seen that one, but I didn't hear like really much about it, like what people liked about it.
And then he was also in a movie with Mark Wahlberg called The Other Guys.
I loved that one.
We said Step Brothers.
That's the Desk Pop.
What else do we have? Why am I not getting all his movies? Daddy's Home.
I didn't like that one.
Here's one. Kicking and Screaming. I don't know if you've ever seen that one or not.
Yes, I have.
It's one that as a father coach. I was pretty bizarre. The Wedding Crashers. He has that small cameo in that too. He plays Chaz. Instead of crashing weddings, they crash funerals together. I thought they were going to make a movie called Funeral Crashers based off his character in that movie. But they never did. Like I said, Kicking and Screaming was one. Old School. We're going streaking! Sorry. That's what his famous quote from that movie is. What else do I recognize him in? I mean, again, he had his good ones and then he had his bad ones, so. No, I mean, Shannon, I think Mark Wahlberg is actually, he's coming up soon. Mark Wahlberg is definitely on the list. We can pull him up right now if you want, since you love Mark Wahlberg, so let's pull him up real quick. We can go out of line a little bit. Mark Wahl, if I can spell his name right, that'd be good. There we go. Mark Wahlberg.
I loved him in Uncharted.
Man is hot. I'm getting hot comments on my.
Shannon, 100%.
I'm just gonna mute myself and see myself out.
I wasn't the biggest fan of Ted, but he portrayed the role really well there.
Let's see, what else do we have?
The Other Guys again.
Other Guys. I didn't like him in the Transformers movie.
Yeah, me neither. The Italian Job, that was really good.
Yeah, the Italian Job was good. What else do we have? The Fighter, he was good in that. Contraband was a very good movie. Marky Mark is another that I don't like too much. I mean, again, we welcome anyone's opinion, so some people like him, some people don't. He played Vince Papali in Invincible, which is based off a true story. If you ever see a guy named Background Movie Guy in our chat on YouTube, he actually had a cameo in Invincible. There's a guy I work with at Wegmans. His name's Jason. He's been in a couple movies. And date night, Steve Carell kept telling them to put a shirt on. I was completely opposed. Okay, I mean, I could see it. I mean, Steve Carell's another good one we can look up for sure.
Yeah.
He also plays in The Perfect Storm with George Clooney. You can't go wrong with The Perfect Storm. If you haven't seen that one yet, it's based off a true story and it's another good movie worth watching.
It really is.
Oh, you've seen it?
I have.
Okay. What else do we have? I don't know. That's all I really see on Mark Wahlberg.
Let's move on to Tom Hanks.
Oh, there's a good one, Gina's saying. Danny DeVito.
Okay, I'll add him to our list.
Alright, but you said Tom Hanks, right?
Yeah.
Shannon said she had a hard time with that movie. I'm guessing she's talking about A Perfect Storm. I mean, but definitely a hard movie to watch, but it's actually portrayed very well.
All right, Tom Hanks.
Where do we start?
Toy Story.
Toy Story, up. Castaway.
Have not seen that. Surprisingly, I have not seen that. My husband has told me that that is one that I have to watch, and I'll watch it.
I gotta catch my breath after that one. I
know. I saw like the life leave your body.
Yes, Gary Wilson. That's what I'm gonna say. Wilson. Okay.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump's a good one. Oh, Shannon says you have to live.
The Polar Express.
Saving Mr. Banks. I don't know if you ever seen that one yet.
That was so good.
Wait, so you've seen Saving Mr. Banks, but you haven't watched Castaway.
Castaway was like, when did Castaway come out?
Ah, God. Castaway was
2000, so I was only 9 years old.
Youngin.
Yeah, I saw Saving Mr. Banks in the theaters.
What am I gonna do with this, Andrea?
I liked him as Geppetto in Pinocchio.
Don't think I've seen that one. Heard about it though.
I haven't seen the Mr. Rogers movie either.
Nope, I haven't either. Sully, have you seen that one?
No.
Another good one. Shannon, Philadelphia was a great, terrific movie. I
liked Captain Phillips. That was really good.
Well, if you haven't seen this movie yet, I recommend it.
Okay.
That's the name of the movie, Philadelphia. It's Tom Hanks, Denzel Washington. The two of them together on screen was absolutely phenomenal. Splash is another classic Tom Hanks movie. Forget what year that came out, but that has him, Eugene Levy. They basically save a mermaid, and he falls in love with her.
That came out in '84.
Hits home for me, my father. Damn, sorry to hear that, Shannon.
I know he really technically wasn't in this movie. Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close. That was a really good one. It was about, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but Tom Hanks' role was he was the voice on the answering machine when he left the message that the World Trade Center was going down, and he left clues for his son to go find mysterious keys in the boroughs of New York.
No, I have to check that one out.
It was a really good movie. I mean, like I said, Tom Hanks technically isn't in it as he's just a voice, but it's still one that I really liked.
Yep. Shannon brings up another good one from back in the day, Big.
I have seen bits and pieces of that one as well.
That's an old good one. Catch Me If You Can.
Have not seen that one yet.
He plays a detective with Leonardo DiCaprio. They both do a phenomenal job. You've Got Mail. Now, there's a good romance movie with him and Meg Ryan.
I haven't seen that either.
Well,
man, I got some movies to watch.
Well, now you know how I feel. Saving Private Ryan. Sleepless in Seattle is another good one. Yeah, I mean, older Mike uncredited. Never knew he was in that one. Huh. Turner Turner and Hooch is another good one. The Money Pit back in the 80s. Splash. I mean, Tom Hanks doesn't do much movies nowadays, but back then was a very well-known actor. And again, there's a hard movie to find that he wasn't good in. So once you watch some of these movies that we listed, let me know.
Okay, let's do Jake Gyllenhaal. He's one of my husband's favorites. I did watch Nightcrawler the other day. That was actually really good. There's another one that we watched.
Love and Other Drugs. It's him and Anne Hathaway. You want to see nothing but nudity. You might as well say you get a full frontal of Anne Hathaway in Love and Other Drugs. Brokeback Mountain with him and Heath Ledger. Where we at? Okay, previous. What else do we have? October Sky will always be one of my favorite Jake Gyllenhaal movies. What can we say about him? Nothing but greatness. Who's that, Shannon? Tom Hanks or Jake Gyllenhaal?
The Guilty was one that I watched recently. That one was really good too.
I forgot that one. Bubble Boy. Have you ever seen that one? Bubble Boy's funny. Ooh, that's a good one too. We might have to save that one for another time though. Sean Connery. The original James Bond. But yeah, Bubble Boy's worth the watch. October Sky. The Day After Tomorrow is okay. Joyhead, again, okay.
He was a very good Mysterio in Spider-Man.
I didn't know he was in Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Far From Home.
Okay. One I haven't seen yet. What else do we have, though? Trying to think. Blossom Buddies for the win. I don't know where she's referring that one. That 11 Other Drugs, like I said, he poison. I'm not sure. I mean, he's still young, so I think he's gonna have more come out.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? There was one that recently came out though. Where was it? Yes, there it is. The movie Stronger. It's based off the bombings of the Boston Marathon. He plays one of the survivors of that movie. That's another very good, heartfelt movie. So I would add that to your list too.
Sure will. All right, I'm looking at Kate Blanchett.
Okay, I'll pull her up. There you go, Kate Blanchett. A name I haven't heard from in a long, long time.
I recognize her from The Hobbit.
Never seen it.
She was Galadriel.
I can't spell it. Tom Hanks, Blossom Buddies. I would look that one up, Shannon.
She was in Thor Ragnarok.
How to Train Your Dragon.
That's about all I know her in. Oh, she was the voice of the Historian for the School for Good and Evil. That's a really good movie too.
I really don't recognize any of these movies. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the only one that I recognized the name of, she wasn't really in it, was Eyes Wide Shut. I gotta look this sitcom up with Tom Hanks that Shannon's talking about. Sounds interesting. Bunch of old school could do.
That would be that's a great show idea. Do like old school actors and actresses.
I'm not opposed. I mean, we're always looking for different show ideas, so definitely I would say that list for another show for sure. Because you could talk in at least an hour, 2 hours on just those three names alone.
Yeah.
So Gina, thank you for the idea. Maybe if Gina wants, we can even bring her on the show with us.
Yeah.
Add another guest host to the list. We always like people that want to jump on camera with us. Makes the conversation go better.
You're not wrong. All right, let's look into Gene Wilder.
Well, first one obviously you're going to see is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
And then Young Frankenstein.
Young Frank, yes, that's a good one. Blazing Saddles.
Yep.
The Producers.
Classic.
That's about all I know him from.
Yeah, but just those three movies alone is what got him to fame. Close that out.
Sorry if we feel rushed, guys. My family's starting to head to bed, so it's about time to start wrapping it up. But yeah, Gene Wilder, man. Just, I wonder if he'd still be as big, like if he'd be big today if he was like still around and still acting, or if he was one. I mean, just looking at his filmography, he was mainly big in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, definitely. Well, he was also a little bit older too, so keep that in mind.
Yeah. Okay, Barbara Streisand.
Wow, he passed away. I didn't know he passed away back in 2016 now. I thought it was more recent than that. Wow, where does time go?
Yeah, Gina, I can see that.
Why am I not saying her? Streisand. Others. Barbara Streisand. Let's see. Another old actress. But Little Focker, she was hysterical in.
She was.
She was the mother of Greg. Rosalind Focker. What else we got? All Night Long, Funny Lady. For Pete's Sake, I heard it was pretty good back in the day. But yeah, that's all I pretty much know.
Yeah. I was like, I recognize her. Wasn't she in Legally Blonde?
It doesn't say this on the list, maybe. As an uncameo, uncredited appearance.
Unless I'm thinking of something else.
Not sure. While you're looking that one up, I'll pull up the next one on the list. Mr. Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito.
Looks like I was thinking of somebody else who looks kind of like her.
Okay.
Danny DeVito, Hercules.
Hercules, yep. The newest Jumanji movie. He was
Twins.
Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was a very good villain in Batman Returns.
Penguin.
Yep, he plays Penguin. He's great in the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He's been great in that.
He was in Big Fish. It's a good one.
What else? Let's see. Matilda. Yep. That's another one that he was good in. I'm trying to think what else.
Mars Attacks.
That was okay. I mean, he was the famous Mini-Me in Austin Powers Goldmember.
Renaissance Man, that was a good one.
He was also in Man on the Moon with Jim Carrey. I remember that now. Now I'm looking at this list. Swathammer, who does the voice of Swathammer from Space Jam. He was in Taxi with Robert De Niro. One that he was probably not very well known for at the time, but he was also in it. I believe it's not even on this list, which is downright disrespectful. One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Yes, there it is. Martini.
Yeah, 1975. That was a good one.
He played, again, it wasn't a big role for him, but his character in that movie was really good. I'm sure Gina's seen it. I'm sure Shannon's seen it. A lot of people who haven't seen One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. If you like Jack Nicholson movies, if you like a good history movie, I definitely would recommend that.
I've only seen it because we read the book in high school. And we were meant to watch it.
No, and that's a fair assessment. It is a very good movie, though. It shows you how mental institutions were in the 70s. So.
All right, and our last person that we'll cover tonight, just because I do got to get going here in a minute, Steve Carell.
Well, my first one was not even looking him up. 40-year-old virgin.
I really liked him in the Hulu series The Patient. I loved him in The Office. He was great in Despicable Me 1, 2, and 3, and Minions.
Excuse me, can I have a pause for a second?
No.
I've never watched The Office.
That's okay. My soul will leave my body because I haven't seen some things that you've seen. Yeah, so Despicable Me and Minions. He was an Anchorman. The Incredible Burt Wonderstone.
Dinner for Schmucks was a funny one with him.
I did not like that one.
Really? Why is that? Can I ask real quick?
I think that was the first one that I've actually seen with Steve Carell. When me and my husband first got together, which was in 2010, he was really into Steve Carell, so we went and saw this in the theaters, and I'm just like, nope, it was not for me.
Okay. How about Evan Almighty and Bruce Almighty as Evan Baxter?
I liked him in Bruce Almighty. I don't know that I liked that they made Evan Almighty a movie.
They did. It was a sequel to Bruce
I know.
Almighty.
I said I didn't know if I liked that they did.
Oh, okay. My bad. Like I said, the 40-year-old version was a funny one. You said Anchorman, Bruce Almighty. What else do we have? Over the Top. Little Miss Sunshine is another one I just saw. Yep. So again, like a lot of these people are still making movies to this day. So some of the older movies were good, but now you hope that they can live up and produce more good movies.
But yeah, if you like the intense thriller type movies or shows, watch The Patient on Hulu. I really think you'll like it.
The Patient, got it. I mean, we can also do it. Well, that'd probably be a different topic, but do a television show one night when we talk just nothing but TV shows.
That would be fun too.
But I like this idea for doing the next one. A show just on the old school ones, like Dan Aykroyd, John Candy, Bill Murray. I think that's what we should pick up next week.
That sounds good to me. Not that I know of. I don't know that I have any arrangements for next weekend's show.
No, it's your show. I just love to tune in and help you any way I can. You know that.
And again, chat, sorry, we kind of rushed it at the end. But it's it's only 9 o'clock here, but my family's getting ready for bed, and I don't want to keep them up by being too loud out here or whatever. But I've definitely enjoyed this. It was fun. I shocked you on a few things that I haven't seen, and you shocked me on things that I've seen that you haven't seen.
Yeah, I mean, no one's perfect.
And Shannon, Gina, great insight tonight.
Yep, Gary
Gary as well.
Curtis,
Curtis,
Ron.
yeah.
I mean,
Appreciate everybody coming in tonight.
we had 9 reactions on the stream. Zach Roundtree, my boss Susan Duffy, Ron Tessie, Ken Calhoun, who is Ron's nephew, Gina, Curtis. Like, it's just always fun to have people in chat interacting with us.
Have a great night, Curtis. Oh, thanks, Gary. I appreciate that.
I mean, I agree with Gary. You always do a wonderful job. You're a terrific asset to the show. I appreciate you.
I just don't like that I can only be here once a week.
We can change that. But
I mean, we could, but not really.
No.
Life's too busy enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy enough I do. So I have a great night. Talk to you soon. Love you. Love you too, Shen. Thanks for popping in. But if you like football, I know Andrea will probably maybe looking in chat as a support. Monday, me and Mr. Ron Tessie, among with, as of now, 8 other guests throughout the night, are going to be doing a 3-hour, yes, 1, 2, 3, breakdown of Super Bowl 57. A lot of people that we know like the Eagles, some people like Kansas City. I have probably the most in-depth slideshow I've ever made for this show. I have a killer intro for the show. So if you want to talk Super Bowl and come have a fun conversation, the show will start at 8 o'clock on the nose and go for 3 hours.
And don't hate me for asking, but what day is the Super Bowl?
February 12th, a week from Sunday.
Okay.
That's why we're doing the special show on Monday that leads you up to the Super Bowl.
Makes sense.
And then next week we have the sports one, entertainment night with Miss Morgan, video game mania on Wednesday, and next Friday, Andrea will be back for another Friday night movie night where we might dive into the Dan Aykroyd, John Candy debate. Because there are 3 tremendous actors and actresses that we probably didn't mention tonight that we probably should have. So we hope everyone tunes in for that. And have a great weekend. I don't know if Andrew has anything else to say.
No, I really appreciate you. You guys as viewers and fans, you guys help make the show what it is. And I love talking movies and actors and everything like in between on Fridays. So always a good time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you haven't already, anytime we go live, share the stream out. Let people know we're here. We love new people coming in and going. Even if they just pop in and say, hey, like, just saying hello means a lot to us as well. So, yes, Gary, everybody stay safe and stay warm. I know Andrew is out in the midst of the very cold weather. I mean, it's supposed to warm up here in Jersey. So,
Sammy, happy birthday!
Yes, everyone.
Well, tomorrow, but like, happy birthday anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, John, speaking of the weather, we had a high of 35 today. That's the warmest it's been for almost a month.
The high temperature today was 31 degrees, and it's already down to about 19 to 20 degrees.
We're at, looks like 18 degrees right now. But yeah, it was a week straight of negative degrees, so it's nice that we're getting a little bit back up there. It's supposed to be 40 tomorrow, which is good because we're going out tomorrow. We're going to go see an NBA League game tomorrow. That'll be fun.
Well, it's 18 here in Jersey, and it's only supposed to be 28 tomorrow. So you sent the cold weather east. How do you like that?
Yeah, we did.
But after Sunday, it's going to be 50 degrees here all next week.
No, just brag.
Well, Sam's saying it's 50 degrees there. It's 35 in Mississippi. So everybody where you're at, stay warm, stay cool. And that's all I pretty much got.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Have a good night. We will see you on Monday.